Let's talk about that Nintendo Direct. So, if you didn't know or lived under a rock, yesterday there was a Nintendo Direct, and it's been a day since. And I've just been thinking about it, and I feel like over time, I've realized how much more of a big deal this is. Like, so many things got announced. So, starting up with what I thought was the biggest surprise of the Direct, a new Mario and Luigi game, Mario and Luigi Brotherhood, which, if you asked anyone, would not predict this at all. I think the biggest surprise with this game is how it's a whole new release. It's not a remake. I thought it was a remake at first, but then you see the islands in the trailer. And it's like, okay, this is a whole new game. But yeah, seeing this series come back, it's so heartwarming. The last game they had, being the Mario and Luigi Bowser's Inside Story for the 3DS, was the worst selling Mario game. And Alpha Dream, went bankrupt afterwards. And some of the employees came back to Nintendo. But in all honesty, this is like the most stacked odds we've had against the game. Like, no one just on paper would have thought this would have come back because of everything it had going against it. I feel like even the most cynical Nintendo fan can understand the importance of this and kind of how it's somewhat risk taking as well. Like, I don't know, it's a late Switch game and the animations look insane. Like, you can tell a lot of money, budget, and effort has been put into this. I originally thought, I thought it would be a remake, and then now I'm thinking it might be a reboot because some of the iconic characters aren't in this trailer, like Starlo. We have these really cute robot characters and this really weird looking pig butt floating guy. I don't know what his deal is, but he seems to be the new Starlo of this game. But yeah, it looks like you visit these islands and there's these enemies. Like, they do remind me of like typical Mario Luigi kind of designs. My biggest hope for this game is I really hope Yoko Shimomura comes back to do the music. If you know anything about her music and this series' music, they are heavily tied together. Like, I could go on for ages about how good the soundtrack is for this series. But yeah, Mario and Luigi Brotherhood. I think we even got a release date at the end of it. Yeah, November 7th. So that really isn't a long time. That's crazy, man. They must have had this game made and just waited to release it or something, because that's such a small time before release. Just sort of focusing on games that had the biggest reaction from there. It's probably the lowest point of the direct, but I think if you ask anyone, they don't care. Switch Sports got a basketball update, and how old's this game? How long's it been out? 2022, so that's like 2 years. Um, I know there was a big meme about golf. Golf got delayed. You had to wait really long for that. And then the game came out with the Joy-Con strap thing to kick the football, and you still couldn't do that when it came out. You had to wait for an update. So yeah, I do feel bad for the community for this game because I know people like it, and I think I would like it too if it wasn't for the blood on its hands. You know how it is. Like, this game kind of destroyed the Wii Sports series for a lot of people. But yeah, that comes out in summer, hopefully. Another interesting game is this Mio Memories in Orbit. I was watching this with a group of people, and it really looked like Hollow Knight. This game did. Curious what it's going to be about. It looks like a Metroidvania, and the art style is gorgeous. Like, there's a lot of games in this direct where it's like, is this running on the Switch? As you'll see later on. But yeah, this game looks really good. Looks like a very sort of relaxing game to play. I don't know why I'm bringing this up, just for the memes, but we also had Hello Kitty Island Adventure, which I just know for the South Park meme with Butters. I'm sure this game's got its fans, but yeah, I just found that really funny. Another game we got, which I'd say is probably like a safe bet prediction-wise, is Donkey Kong Country Returns. It returns because this game's been re-released twice now. It was re-released on the 3DS back in 2013, and it's coming to the Switch. No huge difference, but I mean, it's cool to have the game on modern hardware. Keeps it alive, and I mean, this game isn't too hard to get a hold of secondhand, but can help with the secondhand market especially. But yeah, I played this game for the first time last year. It's good, and you really can't go wrong with this series. So yeah, Donkey Kong Country Returns, January 16th, 2025. Now here's a bigger. This game people have waited on for a very long time. The Dragon Quest III HD 2D remakes. Whew, the way they showed this trailer was so grand. Like they had, the score and the cinematic shots. But yeah, I feel kind of bad for the Dragon Quest series. It's had, like sadly some people have passed, God bless, and Dragon Quest 12, we've been waiting on for a long time. So as a huge fan of the series, I'm just really happy to see the games come out again. I know we've had the spin-offs like Dragon Quest Monsters and all that, but just like the mainline games come back is quite a big deal. I played Dragon Quest 8 this year, and it's been one of my favorite games. Like, these games do not sleep on; they're very beloved for a reason. But yeah, that remake drops on November 14th, 2024. So that and Mario and Luigi Brotherhood in the same month. There's two humongous RPGs, maybe not in runtime, but in impact, I'm sure. And that wasn't all we got. We also got the announcement of Dragon Quest 1 and 2 being remade in HD 2D, which is very hype. I remember during this announcement, I was quite confused because I know Eldrick takes place in all three of the games, but you can start with the third game. That's what's important here. So you don't have to wait for 1 and 2 to come out and then play 3. You can jump straight into 3 and then wait for 1 and 2 or play the original, which are also on Switch. So yeah, that's really good news. I'm happy about that. Sort of a smaller announcement, but a really nice one nonetheless. The new DM Man. I remember playing this on the 3DS. I have been rooting for these eShop games like Dylan's World in Western, Full Blocks, or Crash Mode, depending on what country you live in. I'm so glad to see the smaller eShop titles come back. I hope this is a good sign for other eShop games living on the Switch, on the 3DS and Wii U era. So yeah, the new The Emperor Man. Oh wow, that comes out next month. So the new The Emperor Man comes out next month, and it's free to play. So if you're interested, it's not like it's a big risk to take. Okay, a bit more of a controversial one, but I think this is the best, well, one of the better updates we've had, especially compared to the last one, Nintendo Switch Online. So we have A Link to the Past with Four Swords Adventures. I know A Link to the Past is already on the service, but Four Swords, that's not to be confused with Four Swords Adventures, sorry. That's going to be cool playing that online with co-op. Metroid Zero Mission, probably my third favorite 2D Metroid next to Dread and Samus Returns. This one's really good. It's one of the better remakes like out there. And then we have N64 Mature. Yeah, I was really hoping we get a certain Mature N64 game, Conker's Bad Fur Day, but we did get Turok and quite a big deal, Perfect Dog, which it's kind of like the follow-up to GoldenEye, being Rare's second attempt at a first-person shooter. Yeah, that's hype. Like, I'm hoping that means we'll get Conquer at some point. But yeah, definitely better than the last update. Oh man, this next one, people have been dying for. I've been seeing the reactions on Twitter. People are screaming. The Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection. Wow. If you don't know, Marvel vs. Capcom 2 in particular, pretty much like kickstarted esports, games like that and Third Strike or Smash Melee, and man, it's so good. Like, this series was in copyright hell, when Marvel got brought out by Disney, and then a bunch of games got delisted, and I'm hoping I'm pretty sure this will get a physical, because the other fighting collection games get a physical release, and having this with online, being able to finally live out those memes. I was a big fan of Marvel vs. Capcom 3. I've always wanted to go back and try the older games, and this is the best wave, and I'm really looking forward to this. The next game, I feel like you could have predicted. It's not too hard to know when a Mario Party is dropping, but it can be hype nonetheless. Super Mario Party Jamboree. I was a bit worried when I saw the Super part, because those games, the original one was fine, but it had some issues. The biggest one being the one Joy-Con and the 10 coin star limit. There's been some posts on Twitter, people proper analyzing this trailer, and it looks like the coins are back to 20, and you can use a Pro Controller, so that's great. That's literally my only problem. And this one looks great. The new boards have so much more personality. We have Playable Ninja, I'm a huge fan of Ninja. It's the first time being playable in Mario Party. We've got some fun little side modes with these cars, which kind of reminds me of that one mode in Mario Party 5. And like I said, the game boards have so much more personality, like this Goomba Lagoon, the shopping mall map that looks really good. And then one thing I was really hyped for is the game boards. We've got so many more. And we have Mario Party 1 and 2 boards with Western Land. I'm so hyped for that. I was a big fan of Western Land. You know, which kind of puts on the theory caps. Like, were they going to have DLC for Superstars and then decide to make a new one? Regardless, I'm glad to see this is coming out. Yeah, it wouldn't be long till we have to wait, October 17th. So that's not long at all. 2 days before my birthday. So I'm hyped for that. There's an online mode too. I think it was 20 player online. I'm looking forward to trying that out. I'm a big fan of Mario Party. It's had its ups and downs, but the Switch era seems to be bringing it back, which is really cool. As for a lot of game series, the Switch era is kicking ass at that. Oh, now this next one. Whoa. If you thought Mario & Luigi Brotherhood was a big surprise, The Legend of Zelda: Echoes of Wisdom. Man, I watched this trailer with a group of friends, and we was thinking at a certain point, are they gonna do it? Are they gonna do it? When you see Link sink into whatever this new sort of blight is that Ganon has, and it cuts to Zelda, it's like they're making it. They're making playable Zelda. It's real. But yeah, gameplay-wise, it's a new 2D Zelda in a similar art style to Link's Awakening, which is really cool. You know, Nintendo typically throw away a lot of their assets whenever they make a new game, so it's cool to see them reusing assets from a really good-looking game. I was a big fan of Link's Awakening remake. I know some people didn't like the art style. I personally really liked it. I got this new fairy companion, Tri, who kind of looks like an ocarina. I really like some of the designs in this trailer have like that classic sort of N64 Zelda look to them. I'm a big fan of that. I feel like Zelda had a lot of visual iconicness back then. And yeah, the big gimmick seems to be you have this wand and you can replicate nearly anything. It seems to be like the open world Zelda approach with the freedom to tackle puzzles in any order, but in a linear 2D Zelda. So that's a big deal. I'm just so happy though. Link Between Worlds was one of the best Zeldas, and waiting like 10 years to get a sequel. And, you know, we got a remake, but that ain't the same. Seeing like a full-fledged sequel here with playable Zelda, that's awesome. But yeah, similar to the other games, not long to wait. September 26th, 2024. So, you know, just a few months. This game releases the same month as Astrobot, the new Astrobot game. So I think September is going to be a really good month for games. You got two really nice, unique series coming out very close to each other. So yeah, September is going to be pretty busy for games. A more like sort of smaller announcement we got was Stray coming to Switch. I remember playing that game when it came out on the PS5 and it was beautiful. And similar to like the Nier Automata Switch port or like Doom Eternal, this looks really impressive. You know, this is one of those games that I think has maybe a bigger audience on Switch with the user base, and obviously the sales being higher than the other systems. So I'm hoping this gets more of a following being on Switch. But yeah, there's not any huge compromises. Like, this was really impressive. They've done amazing whoever's ported this game. I just wanted to shout that out. Oh man, this is a big deal for me. I love Ace Attorney. Who doesn't love Ace Attorney? And Ace Attorney Investigations was a really good game, and I still own my original copy on DS. And we finally got the second game localized. If you don't know, we've been waiting like over 10 years for this. Similar to the Great Ace Attorney, how that took a long time to get localized. This took even longer, and I'm all in. I hope it gets a physical. Sometimes they get physical, sometimes they don't. So I'm really hoping this one gets a physical. And Ace Attorney got me through English in school. You know, reading. It really taught me like how to read more and to, which is really important. I'm just rambling at this point. I'm just really happy though. I'm so glad. I'm looking forward to this one. Oh, whoa! I'm realizing it's another September game that comes out very close to Astrobot, September 6th. So that's not long either. God, the Switch really isn't dying, man. Like, it's got so many games coming out. So yeah, Ace Attorney Investigations Collection, September 6th. Yeah. So the game that followed this up was it had quite a long name. Let me have a closer look. The 100-Line Last Defense Academy. When I first saw this trailer, I thought it was DLC for Raincode. That's a really good sort of slept-on Switch game. If you love mystery games, Danganronpa and Raincode are very good. Ignore the fan bases, I know they're cringe. I'm very grateful I played this series before all of those TikToks and all those Yonko things came out. So yeah, this is a new game made by Kodaka, the writer for Danganronpa. and it seems to be very similar to Danganronpa because Raincoat was kind of open, you was outside, but this is bringing back the whole like locked space with the academy and the students. And say what you want about the character designs for these games, but man, some of them are really funny. I'm glad we still have this outlandish sort of anime game being released. I'm looking forward to this one. I hope it does well because Danganronpa V3 is one of the best visual novel games ever. The way they closed that series off was really well done. I could go on about that for ages, but yeah, do not sleep on the writing. These games have really good writing. Oh, so yeah, they really saved the best for last here. We finally got Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. And as soon as you saw Galactic Federation Research Facility, you know this was Metroid. I've seen so many of the people screaming on Twitter. Apparently, some guy at the New York store fainted. He passed out mid trailer. I hope he's alright. Yeah, this was a big deal. I felt a little stupid because I saw the assets and I'm like, okay, it's got like that Prime remaster that you can see with the UI when it zooms into Samus's helmet. And I was thinking, okay, like, am I confusing this? But then I realized very quickly, nah, this is Prime 4. Like, they would not be baiting us here. And it looks amazing. Shout outs to the gameplay as well. Like, they went straight into gameplay with this trailer. You got the scanning. I went crazy scanning in Metroid Prime 2 in particular. I scanned everything I could. I spent ages on that game and got lost like a million times. But yeah, everything's back. This just looks like another Metroid Prime, and I mean that in the nicest way. Like, it looks on brand. It doesn't look like there's any weird sort of ideas being shoehorned in. Like, this looks like a full-fledged Metroid Prime 4. And how the hell is the Switch running this game? We got Psylocke back. His redesign looks amazing. I love the green. I'm a huge fan of green. But yeah, it's Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. And I don't think they could have ended this direct any better with the reveal of this game. Finally, after so long. Yeah, give some closing thoughts. That was one of the best directs we've had. But the last time we had a direct that big was when they did the Xenoblade 3 and the Mario Kart Booster Pass. What direct was that again? Oh yeah, so that was January or February 2022. We had the Xenoblade 3 announcement and the Mario Kart 8, the Booster Course Pass. Those were really hype. Being that, I would say this one is one of the peak directs we've ever had. They just had so many games and a good mix of ports and new releases. Like, it wasn't just one direction. They also sprinkled in some smaller games, but not too many, because you know how people complain online. So I feel like they really have paid attention this time around, and I am so hyped. I can't even think of my favorite game they announced. They all look great from what I've mentioned. If I had to pick though, like, gun to my head, probably Prime 4 Beyond. It has so much like levity. It looks amazing, and it's got so many people waiting for it. So yeah, that would definitely be what I would say is my most anticipated game of the Direct. So yeah, thanks for watching. Let me know what game reveal you're looking forward to. Oh man, I want to hear more because Twitter's been so positive for once. This is like the only time I've seen Twitter be positive all year. We've had nothing but awe of the new reveals and people praising things, and it's beautiful. It's nice to be positive and optimistic. It's underrated, I swear.